Okay, hello again students. I am going to tell you now about a second task which is in the Readiness to Practice syllabus and it's part of your assessed course. It's the professional letter. It's going to make more sense once you've done the people and environment activity and once you're engaged in that. It's outlined again on page 8 of your course syllabus. Basically, the task itself is to produce, as is outlined there. I'm not going to read this off to you, you can read that yourselves. But you need to write a professional letter relating to your particular scenario, the people and environment scenario that you will have worked on. So let's go with the example that you have been working with the homeless couple, Claire and John. You'll be asked to draft up a letter relating to their scenario, the nature of which will be up to you to choose. So from your work and your research as a group, you personally might have decided that you were particularly interested in health and well-being of homeless people. You may have researched health and you may have noted that there are some health issues for both parties in the scenario. From that, you might have decided that you're going to refer for a particular health service in the area that they may be able to access. So your letter may be to a particular type of professional in a particular health setting. And what you will be doing in that letter will be possibly requesting a service, finding out about services, or making a formal referral. Now, if you're making a referral, you may need to have considered that that obviously has to be discussed with Claire and John. How have you got their consent? Are they asking for you to do this? All of that may need to be in the letter. The letter requires you to at least provide a succinct and professional summary of the individual's needs and their requirements and what it is you're asking for. It needs to be written in a standard format for letters, and you need to think particularly around things like confidentiality, what's the purpose of the letter, who is it going to, and how are you demonstrating the service users or carers, if it's that kind of scenario, perspectives within that. Also, have you considered the recipient? What's it like for the person receiving that letter? Have you thought about things like the style and tone of your communication, how you've phrased things, what you're asking for, is it clear? To help you with this process and to think about clarity and purpose and communication, there are 3 tasks that we've kind of built in that you can work out in your own time to an extent. One is there will be on Moodle, and I'll mention this in the lecture, a preparatory letter exercise you can do with the sample. It's not going to be about the scenario, it's just a sample letter that you will be able to draft up and then review in one of your integrative seminars on Friday afternoon. The second element is that you'll have a chance to write a draft of the actual letter relating to your actual scenario. So again, going back to John and Claire, the homeless couple, if you're working with them, you will draft up the letter that you choose to whatever agency or service you choose, and you can bring that to a particular integrative seminar and have that peer reviewed. So you'll get feedback from your peers, and they can be thinking about, so what would this be like if John or Claire had it in their hand now? Would they be happy with how they've been described? Would they be happy with what's been requested? Is it clear that they've given consent? They're the kind of questions people can consider. Then the third element is that I think it's probably in the second to last integrative seminar, there'll be an opportunity for you to bring your actual letter and have that reviewed. I think that's the case. So that's 3 different ways in which you can practice and rehearse, and then you will submit that letter in your portfolio when it's complete. It sounds very straightforward, but agencies have advised that this is a useful exercise, often because people don't write formal letters anymore, and really it's a good exercise to think about service users and carers and how they would experience you writing to request a service or to find out information on their behalf. All the information is in the course syllabus as usual. Thank you.